Hello and welcome to another of my short tutorials. This time I'm going to show you how you can remove a logo or a badge from video using content aware fill in After Effects. There are actually two main types of object removal that you may need to work on. The first is the situation where the object is moving against the background. I have made a video on how to do this using the example of removing my shadow as I walk along, and you can link to it here. The other situation is where the object is fixed and not moving against the background, and that's the situation that we're going to be looking at in this video. It may be that your subject is wearing a shirt that has a brand logo or a badge on it like this that isn't appropriate and you don't want it in your video, so let's remove it. I'm going to show you how you can remove things like this in After Effects. So let's dive right into After Effects and get started. We're now in After Effects and I'm going to show you how I edited that video that you've just watched in the introduction to remove the badge from my shirt. So let's bring in the unedited video into After Effects. And I'll just take that and drag it onto the timeline to create a new composition. There you can see the video with the badge on the shirt. I'm now going to go to the point at which I want to remove the badge, and that, I know from checking, is 48 seconds, 21 frames. So we go to there, and I'm just going to drag in the work area so that we're only working on that small area of the video and not any more than that. It's quite a processor intensive activity, so we don't want to spend any more time on it than we need to. So having got to there, I'm going to create a mask around the badge, but I'm going to zoom in to 100% in order to make it easy to draw the mask. So I select the track that we want, because otherwise there's a risk of creating a new track when I come to use one of the tools to create the mask. In this case, I'm going to use the rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw around the area that we want to mask out. I've chosen to draw out a little bit more space than we might perhaps need, so that if the badge moves a little bit, I don't have to adjust it too finely. When you create the mask, it's automatically set with a mode of add, which means it only shows what's within the mask. I'm going to change that to none initially, so that I can go through the rest of the video and check that the mask continues to be in the appropriate place to define the area to be removed. It all seems perfectly fine, so I'm just going to go back to fit in the video into the viewing area. I'm going to change the mode of the mask to subtract now, so that After Effects knows that that is the area that we want to generate the fill for. As I mentioned in the introduction, there are different modes of content aware fill, and I'm going to then look at the fill method here and select surface. If I selected object, that would be for an object that moves against the background, and After Effects would use a different technique for doing that. In this case, the object is fixed against the surface, which is my shirt, and so we'll use that mode. I need to save the composition before After Effects will generate the fill layer, so I'll just do that and click on Generate Fill Layer. This takes quite a long time. First of all, After Effects analyzes the video and then it generates the fill from that. So we'll just speed through this in order not to be waiting while it processes the content aware fill. After Effects has now generated the fill layer for us, and you can see that the badge is now removed nicely from the shirt. So we don't need the mask anymore. I can just simply delete the mask and the job is now done. We can export the video, and we now have a video where the badge is present at one point, but once we enter the work area, then it has disappeared completely. I see also that I have captured the microphone in this, so that's another great use for content aware fill. So I'm just going to quickly remove that as well with exactly the same technique. Just going to mask out that microphone. Don't want to pick any more than I need to have After Effects doing too much work. So I've done that. I'll just do all the same things as before. I'll take the mask and I'll change it to subtract mode. I'll just extend the work area so that we take it out of the entire video. I don't need to check that this remains in the right position because the microphone isn't moving in the video. So having done that, I can do all the same things again. It will take longer this time because it's processing it through the entire video, but I can just generate the fill layer for this. We're just coming up to the end of the rendering phase now, and it's just finished generating the fill for removing the microphone. So if we look at the video, you can now see that it's completely gone right through the entire video. So again, we can remove the mask, just delete it, and export the video. We now have a video with the badge for the part of it that we want it to be there, removed for the part that we don't want, and the microphone now completely gone from the video. So everything is cleaned up just as we want it, and we can export that file.
If you enjoyed this short tutorial, then please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so that you get notified of new tutorials as they're uploaded. I'll be posting a new tutorial each week. I try to keep the tutorials as practical as possible so you'll build up your skills in Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere and After Effects.